It's been said in many, many different cultures around the world that a lot of these structures were built at a very rapid pace. So you're talking about calculus, you're talking about geology.
Yeah.
I mean, how did they know how to build this? We're talking about something, in my opinion, super ancient. But these sites are all really majestic and super ancient.
Today, we're diving into one of the world's most enigmatic archaeological mysteries, the Bada Valley Megaliths. Nestled in the lush landscapes of Central Sulawesi, these ancient stone structures have baffled experts for over a century.
But this is thousands of years and it's still sitting there perfect. I bet if you fill it with water, the water wouldn't even leak out of it.
Who built these colossal statues and stone jars? What secrets do they hold about a forgotten civilization? Join us as we uncover the mysterious origins and fascinating theories behind these remarkable relics. Located in the Lindu National Park of Central Sulawesi, Indonesia, the Bada Valley Megaliths first came to the attention of the Western world through the efforts of Dutch colonialists in the early 20th century. During a 1908 Dutch military expedition, Dr. Nicolaas Adriani and Dr. Albertus Christian Cruyt documented these remarkable stone structures. Their meticulous reports and photographs marked a pivotal moment in the scholarly exploration of these ancient artifacts. Dr. Adriani and Dr. Cruyt were not merely military explorers, but also seasoned ethnologists with a keen interest in the cultures of Indonesia. Their documentation included detailed descriptions, measurements, and photographs, which were essential in preserving the initial data about the megaliths. These early records remain a valuable resource for researchers today, as many of the megaliths have since weathered and eroded. Their efforts sparked a wave of academic curiosity that has continued for over a century, although the remote location and challenging terrain of the Bada Valley have limited extensive archaeological studies.
Nobody honestly knows who did the work. We simply know that it was an ancient civilization that obviously had advanced technology.
The origins of the Bada Valley megaliths are shrouded in mystery. No written records or definitive oral traditions link these structures to a specific culture or time period, leaving their creators and purpose open to interpretation. This absence of concrete historical context has led to a multitude of theories, each offering a different perspective on these enigmatic stones. Determining the age of the Bada Valley megaliths has proven challenging. Some researchers estimate that the megaliths could date back as far as 2000 BCE, based on stylistic comparisons with other ancient Southeast Asian artifacts. Others argue for a more recent origin, proposing that they were created around the 14th century CE.
All of these places are likely pre-cataclysmic, so at least 13,000 years old.
The primary difficulty in dating these structures lies in the lack of organic material associated with them, which precludes radiocarbon dating. In the absence of direct dating methods, researchers have turned to indirect clues. For example, the weathering patterns on the stones suggest they have been exposed to the elements for many centuries. Additionally, the tools and techniques required to carve such hard stones indicate a sophisticated level of technology that was not commonly available in the region until later periods. Despite these efforts, the precise timeline of the megalith's creation remains elusive. A unique and particularly fascinating aspect of the Bada Valley megaliths is the presence of a megalith known as Langke Bulawa. This particular megalith is not only one of the largest, but also features detailed carvings of human-like figures. The intricacy of these carvings suggests a high degree of skill and artistic expression. One intriguing theory about the Bada Valley megaliths proposes that they were created as part of a complex system of territorial markers and spiritual waypoints. According to this hypothesis, the megaliths were erected by a prehistoric culture to demarcate important areas such as tribal boundaries, sacred sites, or routes used for migration and trade. This theory is supported by the strategic placement of some megaliths along ancient pathways and near water sources, suggesting they may have served both practical and ceremonial purposes. An interesting comparison can be drawn between the Bada Valley megaliths and the Moai statues of Easter Island. Both sets of megaliths are characterized by their large carved stone figures, which display a remarkable level of craftsmanship and effort.
He actually speculates that they were able to temporarily turn the stone into a form of plasma.
However, while the moai are primarily found along the coastline and oriented towards the sea, possibly serving as guardians or representations of ancestors, the Bada Valley Megaliths are scattered throughout a lush inland valley. This contrast in placement and presumed purpose highlights the diverse ways in which ancient cultures utilized and interpreted their monumental stone creations. The Bada Valley Megaliths are renowned for their diverse shapes and sizes, reflecting a variety of forms and functions. These ancient stone structures can be categorized into several types, each with its unique characteristics and presumed purposes. The craftsmanship involved in creating these megaliths indicates a high level of skill and a deep cultural significance. The statues, or Arca, are anthropomorphic megaliths that often resemble human figures. They range from crude, roughly hewn shapes to more refined and detailed representations. Typically, these statues depict heads with prominent facial features including eyes, noses, and mouths. Some statues also include arms and other body parts, adding to their lifelike appearance. The most famous of these statues is Lindu, which stands approximately 4.5 meters tall and weighs several tons. Lindu is one of the largest and most well-known figures in the valley, characterized by its distinct facial features and overall grandeur. The name Lindu means the entertainer, suggesting a possible ceremonial or cultural role. Other notable statues include those with less defined features, indicating a range of artistic expression and possibly different time periods or cultural phases. The Kalamba are large cylindrical stone jars, believed to have served various purposes, including as urns or water containers. These jars are meticulously carved from single stone blocks and vary significantly in size and design. Some Kalamba are over 1 meter in diameter and can reach heights of 1.5 meters or more. A unique aspect of these jars is that some have lids, while others do not. The lids are often as carefully carved as the jars themselves, indicating their importance. The Kalamba jars sometimes feature intricate carvings and motifs, which may include geometric patterns or symbolic representations. These jars are thought to have been used in burial practices, possibly as urns to hold the remains of the deceased or for ceremonial purposes involving water. Their size and craftsmanship suggest they were significant items, potentially used by high-status individuals or in important rituals. Stone basins and bowls of varying sizes are another significant category of the Bada Valley Megaliths. These structures often feature intricate decorations and motifs, which may provide clues about their usage and cultural importance. Basins and bowls range from small handheld sizes to large immovable structures that could hold significant amounts of liquid or other materials. Some of these basins are intricately decorated with carvings that include geometric patterns, animals, or symbolic motifs. The creation of the Bada Valley Megaliths would have required sophisticated techniques and tools, as well as a well-organized workforce.
So what happened to all these tools?
Whoever did the work came, brought the technology, and then took the technology with them somewhere.
The megaliths are carved from hard stones such as granite and basalt, which would have been sourced from local quarries. The initial quarrying process involved separating large stone blocks from bedrock, likely using a combination of chiseling, hammering, and possibly heating and cooling techniques to create fractures. Once quarried, the massive stone blocks would have needed to be transported to their final locations. This would have involved a significant logistical effort, likely utilizing wooden sledges, rollers, and possibly animal or human labor to move the stones across the valley's challenging terrain. The fine carving and finishing of the megaliths were achieved using a variety of stone tools, including chisels, hammers, and grinding stones. The precision of the carvings, especially on the harder stones, indicates the use of advanced techniques and considerable skill. Some megaliths feature intricate designs and motifs that suggest the use of finer, more specialized tools for detailed work. A unique and particularly fascinating fact about the Bada Valley Megaliths is the presence of a megalith known as Langka Bulawa. This structure is a large stone slab with a carved human figure lying prone. One interesting theory posits that the Bada Valley Megaliths were part of a vast interconnected network of megalithic cultures that spanned Southeast Asia. This theory suggests that there was significant cultural exchange and communication between these ancient societies, which shared similar techniques, artistic styles, and possibly religious beliefs. The spread of megalithic structures across this region may reflect a shared heritage or influence, hinting at a much more interconnected prehistoric world than previously thought. A compelling comparison can be made between the Bada Valley Megaliths and the stone carvings of the Olmec civilization in Mesoamerica. Both cultures produced large, anthropomorphic stone statues with distinct facial features, although separated by vast distances and different historical contexts. The Olmec heads, known for their detailed and expressive facial features, bear a stylistic resemblance to some of the Bada Valley statues, particularly in the emphasis on facial expression and scale. This comparison underscores the universal human inclination to create monumental art and the possibility of convergent cultural evolution in different parts of the world.